So we finally made it. The final chapter of Snake's story and the last of the Metal Gear Solid series. This game has everything. Nostalgia, boss fights, microwaves, you name it. This is the series where I play every mainline Metal Gear game for the very first time. Not in order of release, but instead in chronological order. I've gotten some...
You're pretty good.
Flack for playing them this way, but honestly, I think it's been peak. I highly recommend anyone playing this series for the very first time to jump in just like I did. Disagree? Go ahead and roast me in the comments below. Anyways, if you haven't seen me fumble through Metal Gear Solid 1, cry during Sons of Liberty, or commit war crimes as John AK and Snake Eater, go check those out here. Otherwise, sit back, light a cigarette, dust off your Octo camo, and let's see just how much worse Snake's life can get. Spoiler alert, it's a lot. So the game begins the way most games do, with the beginning, but before it really begins, you get to watch some late night TV. That's David Hayter, man.
It was a really excellent
That's
experience,
Snake.
actually.
We're watching TV today.
What is your...
We're in the far future, the year of our Lord 2014. Everything is chaos and war, and well, war
Has changed.
You play as old Snake, who's old not because we've jumped in time so much as because the nanomachines have started to eat away at his body. Remember Fox Die? This is him now. Anyway, we're fighting in a war-torn city because that's just what you do to pass the time around here. We crawl under a truck. Let's take a look at John AK before we go. Cigarette in mouth, looking badass. And have a third cutscene in the first 5 minutes of the game. We roll around a bit before we immediately get our signature AK. Then we enter our fourth cutscene. Then a bunch of smaller Metal Gears show up. These are called geckos. They moo like cows. They have hook or high heels. It's a real war economy chimera. We run through the city to escape the geckos. Just when we think we escaped, Jesus, we didn't. We lose our robe and strike a pose even Spider-Man would be jealous of. We get to use our new Octo camo system, which automatically blends into any environment we lay on. This is a mechanic I use almost never again. The geckos smash my box of watermelons and steal my cigarette. I was saving both of those for later. Some idiot glues his gun to the floor, but I scrape it off and put it in my pocket. We look up into nowhere and nothing, and the tutorial is complete. 3 days before the beginning, I was somewhere else staring at something else you don't get to see yet. Jesus Christ, Snake, your hands look awful. We do the salute, not that salute, and Perquad comes to show us two of Metal Gear's greatest nostalgia bait characters. Otacon, who looks badass in an anime sort of way. Otacon, why are you dressed like that? Tells us we're old. This is a reunion I didn't know I needed, man. And Campbell says that Ocelot is in a place we were in 3 days from now. Remember Ocelot? This is him now. We make some breakfast before moving on to the first real act of the game. Back to the present future, I play with my new Octo camo, hoping to mimic the poster on the wall, but it doesn't work. We make our way through the city streets until I realize I have a perfectly functioning iPod. No way, I have an iPod. And you scroll? Oh, yeah, baby. This does imply that Apple is a major war profiteering company, but you didn't hear that from me. We move through the city like a perfect ninja. Just kidding, I get seen immediately. I hide in a locker, but they must have watched my Metal Gear Solid 2 video and realized I'd just be doing the same old tired trick again. They try to beat me up, but I am a CQC master. We do some more walking, jumping through windows, and crawling on our old man belly until our next movie-length cutscene. Here, we are being gang-stalked by a Wally-looking motherfucker who is actually Otacon driving a mobile video camera called
Metal Gear
Mark II. What is my purpose? Pass the butter. Oh my god. Even though there are like 10 other Metal Gear variations and this looks nothing like any of them. Yeah man, just like Rex. He gives us an eye patch so we can look just like our dad. This one has night vision though. He gives us a pistol and also a stun pistol. Wait, where's he storing all these? Anyway, we dress up for a minute before fighting our way through yet another bland yellow side street. We go into a cave, we use our cool pirate night vision, and meet what I would consider to be the two most random characters to ever grace a Metal Gear video game. Monkey. What? This guy's name is Drebin. He's an illegal arms dealer. The monkey? Well, of course, that's Little Gray. He loves drinking Coke and smoking cigarettes. Honestly, same. Drebin puts a needle in my neck and off we go. It's explained here that we can buy weapons from Drebin at any point during the game. Since all guns are locked to a soldier's DNA, Drebin can jailbreak a gun for us. This is a very cool mechanic that, just like the Octo camo, is poorly implemented and very underutilized. This game is begging for a remake. Please, please, please. Anyway, we get another cutscene. It's really something. What? But we do get a cool new tool. Don't get in the shit barrel, Snake. Which I proceed to use for all of 10 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Bah, bah, bah. We stealth, and by stealth I mean fucking obliterate anything in our path, our way through a highly populated town center. I use a scoped weapon to pop heads before making my way into a building. In here, I immediately run toward the nearest shiny object. Oh, that would be a gas mine. It was shiny. I thought maybe it was something for me. Chat calls me a raccoon. All right, man. Yeah, I could be a little raccoon-like in nature. Yeah, it was shiny, man. It was a goodie. Put a snack in a box, I'm going in, man. I'm caught. Here, there's a puzzle involving some lasers. You think I can? I can't. There ain't no way I can slip through there. Otacon tells you to avoid them, but for some stupid reason I thought if I got enough speed, I'd be able to go through unharmed. It's just sleep gas. It was not sleep gas. It doesn't work, obviously. Turns out, it's not a puzzle at all. You're just not supposed to go that way. There's just more stairs to go up instead of wandering around the entire building like a moron. We walk into someone else's apartment and get a gun pointed at our back. We recognize him as the very same guy who's been watching our jail cell in every other Metal Gear game. His name is Johnny. We flip him right round like a record baby. Then it turns out Johnny has company. One of these people is Meryl, our love interest in Metal Gear Solid 1. She's mad that we left her to go do some dog sledding. That's a joke, kinda, sorta. Also note that Meryl received psychotherapy to not be attracted to people of the opposite sex. This is a surprise tool that will help us later. Anyway, these are the good guys of today's story. We have Ed, and then we get attacked by the frog unit. I run and gun with the squad, killing frogs left and right. It's just like summer camp all those years ago. All was going well until some of my teammates turned into ghosts. Uh-oh. We may have a problem. This was the first sign that bad things were coming. In the next cutscene, Shitty Pants Johnny turns off the lasers that gave me trouble earlier. We get a visit from Killdozer. I shoot a few more goons, and then everyone heads down an elevator. Now, I know this game gets critiqued for the length of its cutscenes, especially compared to how much gameplay exists between them, but this one by far takes the cake. Watch in real time as I navigate between two cutscenes. A whopping 7 seconds of gameplay between mini-movies. Thank you, Kojima. Anyway, we press on to Ocelot's camp. There's a tank that's not very nice to me, but otherwise we make it out okay. I employ my tactical barrel in the middle of battle, and it's surprisingly effective. Sometimes I impress even myself with my own antics. It's here that we're introduced to the big bad evil squad that is signature in every Metal Gear game. This is the Beauty and the Beast unit. Each one of them has been granted special powers due to a rare condition called PTSD. We have Dog, Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man, Puppet Guy, and Vulture, also from Spider-Man. They leave. That's a problem for Future Snake. We get a family-friendly magazine, do a little successful sneaking for the first time in my entire career. Dang it. Otacon's robot shows up just in time. If anything happens to my little robot son, I'm killing everyone and then myself. But looking around, we can see that there's just too many PMCs to handle. We get our first glimpse at our boy Ocelot. Turn around. That's our boy. Remember, he's Liquid Ocelot now because he had Liquid Snake's corpse. He had Liquid Snake's corpse arm. Liquid Snake's corpse arm stapled on, and it took over his mind. So I call him Ocelot, but really Snake calls him Liquid. He senses that we're there. Maybe he just sees us since we're right in the open pointing a gun at his face, and he turns on his special give everyone a headache power. Ocelot says the line, "Brother, it's been..." The nostalgia continues as Naomi stands above us and sticks something in her neck. They fly away in a helicopter, and the mission ends. Another morning, another egg breakfast in Act 2, Solid Sun. In South America, we briefly play Metal Gear Solid 3. Get it? Snake Eater? Before Snake wakes up from his nap.
Old war is brewing between
Snake, you're caked up, man. What's going on? We use our eye patch to look at a bunch of dudes kicking a bunch of other dudes. Then Doc Ock shows up, as well as our special guests. Vamp. Oh my god! Vamp! Yes! Our boy! Then this happens.
Don't forget this face.
You know, I didn't need to see Snake with tits, but here we are. We do some sneaking around. This time I managed to successfully sneak, attract, and knock out an enemy soldier without getting spotted for what feels like the first time in my entire Metal Gear career. This map is awesome. I just wish this section was a little bit longer because it feels like what classic Metal Gear should feel like, or at least what I like playing when I play any of the Gear games. We get a horrible phone call. We have a therapist, but the therapist is married to our boss.
Yes.
That's fucked. That's actually Messed
News
up.
to me.
God turns on the lights as we move to the next section. The bad guys are perfectly camouflaged, so I get caught yet again. It's okay. I take care of them quickly. I then spend the next few minutes not even attempting to stealth my way through this area because it's not really required. I use my cool custom gun to blast away everyone I can see. We take a quick smoke break. 5. Interesting. No, that monkey took my cigarette. We have a heart-to-heart with Drebin. We take a walk, a long walk. Like really, why is this road so long? While we're walking, I can tell you to subscribe to this channel and maybe follow me on Twitch because I totally stream there. More enemies and more shooting. This is the part of the video where I talk about how this game in general is awesome. However, it does feel limited by the technology of its time. The brown smog smeared on everything is ugly and makes enemies hard to see. The environments in a lot of places are kind of confusing. The enemies aren't very interesting. I was, however, playing on journalist mode. Anyway, with the help of our friendly soldiers, we make it up to some kind of chateau looking thing. I do a little SEAL Team 6, and once again we find Naomi. She tells us a lot of stuff about a lot of things, but I wasn't listening. Snake gets naked and Naomi is appalled by how elderly we've become. Like she can hardly even look at us. For a pants moment, my briefs flash, blink and you'll miss it, and she tells us that we are taking Time Bomb, a genetic bioweapon that will kill anyone that gets too close. Our discussion is cut short as we're attacked by giggling squid. I put on some battle music.
Integral podcast.
I don't want to listen to it. The boss fight is fine. She likes to ink and disappear when you shoot her. Then she hides somewhere and you have to go find her, shoot her some more, and repeat the process all over again. Bam, Snake. When we beat phase 1, Laughing Octopus climbs out of her suit thing, and Kojima hits an angle so devious I don't think I can even show it on YouTube. During this game, I never understood these sections of the boss fights, and when I don't understand something, I shoot it until it dies. She walks toward you like an invincible snail. If you get too close, she gives you a big fat hug that drains you. Heyo. Every time I shoot at her, she would dodge out of the way. That is, until she doesn't, I don't know. She dies. I take her face. With that out of the way, we have to go find Naomi. Again, we go back out into the jungle and use our Inspector Gadget eye patch to follow the footsteps. Fuck this part. I got so lost for so long. I stepped on the footprints I was supposed to follow. I went the wrong way several times. Overall, oh wait, here's the way. Naomi's being taken away. So we do what we need to do. We shoot Vamp in the fucking head. Again. Do it. Surely he'll die at this head bullet. He, of course, doesn't die. Does a 6 spin right out of the head wound. Catches his Nokia. We get a headache. Some geckos show up. Drebin shows up. We drive off into the sunset. And by sunset, I mean the on-rails shooting section of this video game. It was fun, I guess. In the city, Drebin tries to parallel park. Ooh. For some reason, this part here is just so damn cute. And we see a familiar back. To be honest, there's nothing really familiar about Raiden at this point, but that's okay. How did he go from clueless twink to the edgiest motherfucker in the whole series? He's a semi-cyborg ninja-type guy with more aura than he had in Metal Gear Solid 2. And for some reason, he has high heels and uses those to hold even more swords. Badass. We run through the now confirmed populated city. Otacon uses his robot to look up Naomi's skirt. We get into the helicopter and watch this. That is crazy. What is happening? Bro has the strongest thighs in the world. Raiden got a boo-boo. Too much milk today. And it looks like he might be a little too excited. Why was his jaw doing that? Back on the plane, Naomi and Sunny make more goddamn eggs. Hal gets lucky, and we're off to find Big Mama. Please help me, oh god help me, she won't stop making eggs. We start Act 3 in a train station. We try to get through security by making it look like we're reaching for our service weapon. Honestly, if Meryl hadn't come to save us, we'd probably just be dead. Mission over right there. This here is proof that smoking makes you look younger and cooler. Here, we have to follow a resistance member to find the location of Big Mama and her merry goons. Much like the tracking mission in the previous section, this one was frustrating. Not because it was difficult, but because I was actively falling asleep while doing it. It's so boring having to pace around while the NPC cautiously walks around the otherwise empty city streets. We do it though, get a cutscene where we meet Big Mama. Turns out it's Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3. Because I played this series chronologically, the last time I saw her was in the very first game I played. It made the reveal so much more impactful. Seethe and cope, release order stands. All that to say, she's your mom. She brings us to Dad. He's not looking too good. We made a handful of freaky little spy orbs. I have no idea why they exist, where they came from, but I do think they're funny as hell. I don't have much more to say about them, but I do want to make sure there's enough narration here to add the whole scene. We get on Big Mama's bike and take a scenic ride through the city. This section is more action-oriented and on rails, but to be honest, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. That is until Vulture starts shooting missiles down on me. Curse you, Vulture. Big Mama gets a boo-boo just like old times. We go up into the next room to fight our second boss, Angry Bird. Now, I don't know if she was bugged or if I unintentionally broke the game, but she just kinda hovered there. Sometimes she would fly up and away for a minute, but for the most part, it was just target practice. The hardest part was finding where she flew off to. She hit me one time, and just like the first lady, this one gets naked. She hugs me, but just like real life, when a woman touches me, I shove her down and run away. She dies, curls up like a little dead spider, and I get a cool new toy. New to me at least. It's a grenade launcher. In the sewer, we meet
Liquid.
who's just sitting there smoking a cigar looking so goddamn cool. Is this game a smoking ad? He throws it in our face, gives us an ouchie, and he laughs. Meryl tries to save the day. She's got an army ready to stop Liquid and his goons. Only problem is, Liquid can do this.
Bang! Bang! Shit!
Yeah, he uses his headache powers, they burn Big Boss, Gerald and Monty have a moment, even though that shouldn't be possible. Big Mama dies, and it is truly the dark night of the soul for all my literary professionals out there. We call an Uber, Drevin shows up, Little Gray loves Coke Zero so much he does a little dance. Look at him go. Act 4 shows some egg black magic, which really grosses me out for some reason. Raiden and Snake have a contest to see who is more depressed.
It even rained the day I was born. You got it all.
So edgy. It gets really dramatic. We get a call from Mei Ling. She flirts with Otacon. Why does Otacon have insane Paul? What's going on? It's time to go back to the place we always knew we'd have to go back to. Shadow Moses. We play PlayStation 1 before we realize it was all a bad dream. We jump out of a helicopter.
My back! Oh, my back!
We walk through this winter wonderland until we find our old stomping grounds. Find a familiar firearm, buy a suppressor for it. All of the people at Shadow Moses have been replaced by the black ball things with hands. I get spotted, handle it the way I've handled every encounter in Metal Gear. Oh my god. In the next room, Otacon asked me to remember a password. I remember the password because I wrote it down on a notebook I have next to me. I wrote it down, bitch. The rest of this place is me killing geckos and trying to get the hell out. We get outside and come across Sniper Wolf. I mean, Crying Wolf. No relation. She's a pain in the ass to fight, though. Mostly, she'll hide and send enemy soldiers out to shoot you. I don't know if I don't understand this fight or if she really was this annoying. At one point, I surround myself with claymores and just waited. It didn't work. Sometimes she'll run towards you and pounce on you. I don't really know what this did, but it was kind of cool, I guess. I just shot at the white spot in my eye patch vision until a cutscene played, indicating I did good. Just like her sisters, she comes out of her shell as a wet little freak, and I have to kill her for real this time. The hugs do not affect me this time, and I shoot her until there's more lead in her body than body itself. A wolf takes her, probably to feed her wolf young. I don't know how wolves work. I pet a dog, and we're moving through Disc 2 of Metal Gear Solid 1. This used to be the lava room, but that would have been too much color for this game, so it was removed. I do some successful sneaking here, shoot things without being seen or heard, and we make our way to the room where Metal Gear Rex was destroyed all those years ago. Vamp's here. We fight Vamp. I spend far too long trying to figure out how to keep him dead. Turns out I've had this handy little syringe in my inventory the whole time. Raiden shows up. Vamp and Raiden have a battle on the other half of my screen while I'm trying to fight off geckos. It's not fair. I want to watch this fight. Naomi kills her boyfriend, then herself. Otacon cries.
I'm done crying.
We get inside the mouth of Metal Gear Rex, and holy fucking shit, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. What the fuck? I didn't think they'd let you drive. This thing is really happening. Outside, Raiden gets stuck under a rock. We have a surprise guest.
Liquid.
Ah! What? Oh my god. Are we about to have a kaiju battle? Oh. He says the line, and the real battle begins. Honestly, this is everything I could have ever asked for in a Metal Gear game. To sum up everything we've been working towards, an epic Metal Gear kaiju battle. Epic combos and a fight between the two coolest Metal Gears. Of course, Rex wins. We kill Ocelot.
Think again.
Oh, what? We do a cool roll out of Rex.
My back!
Ocelot escapes in his giant submarine that has a Mount Rushmore of the Forest Snakes plastered on the front. Raiden does the unthinkable. He 127 hours himself. Snake's about to be crushed by a submarine, but Raiden uses his young person back to stop it. Raiden goes to sleep, Snake goes to sleep, and the final mission has arrived. In Act 5, maybe the eggs were the friends we made along the way. The squad is assembled in slow-mo fashion. The plan? Use a people launcher on the side of the boat to launch people to get on to Outer Haven. Simple enough. Once on, we sneak around and knock out some frogs, get into a bit of a tough situation, and make it inside where Meryl is taking a nap. Here we find the last of the beasts, the voodoo doll one. And if my nostalgia bait glasses are working correctly, yep, that's Psycho Mantis. Kind of. Fight's just a little bit goofy, but with the power of voodoo and anime on our side, we prevail. I make short work of the woman inside the suit, and we get one last victim from the nostalgia demon. He does the thing that he did in Metal Gear Solid 1 where he tries to shake your controller and read your memory card. Unlucky for him though, I don't have any of those things. Memories, I mean. I lost them in a terrible accident. We walk through a hallway, and another hallway, and another hallway. Meryl protects us from the frogs. Meryl and Johnny share yet another moment which, unless I'm misunderstanding something about the lore, literally shouldn't be possible for Meryl to be attracted to Shitty Pants Johnny. And another hallway. We get beat up by some little critters. Raiden shows up like Gandalf the White. Now he can smite people with lightning powers. We go into the infamous microwave hallway. Another split screen section while we watch all the other battles happening at the same time. Honestly, I love this part. Otacon hacks into the AI core while we get pelted by the little ball guys. Everything shuts down, the good guys win, game over. Hitting, of course. Otacon has to cry again.
I'm done crying.
We wake up at the top of the submarine, and the fight that was always destined to happen has arrived. Ocelot explains that he's been playing both sides, so he always comes out on top. Oh, also his whole liquid arm possession thing was fake. Don't remember where you find that out, but it's true. Just like old times, you get into a shirtless fist fight with the man as old as dirt. Honestly, it's a beautiful way to wrap this game up. You fight through the soundtracks of Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, and of course, the iconic... In what other game does this happen? Finally, we beat his ass so hard he has to admit,
You're pretty good.
You're pretty good. Pretty good.
and then he dies. And Snake finally gets the nap he deserves. God, this video is already so long. Here's the lightning round for the epilogue. Meryl almost shoots her dad. Instead, she gets married to Shitpants. Drebin brings flowers. Jack's still alive and he's not a robot anymore. Rose still loves him. They have the most annoying looking kid in the world. Meanwhile, Snake makes himself a lead sandwich. It doesn't taste very good. He meets his dad for realsies because the one they burned on the boat was actually the zombie corpse of Solidus, his brother, that they were probably keeping barely alive as a form of hellish torture, unable to die, but also unfortunately unable to live. Anyway, Snake gets the hug he always needed. Big Boss kills Hector Salamanca. Big Boss dies, and Snake lives out the rest of his days with Otacon as they raise their adopted daughter. The end. That's gonna do it for this video and the Metal Gear Solid series. I'll do Rise at some point, and I'm looking forward to playing Delta. But until then, goodbye.